Pep Guardiola.
Pep, congratulations. Extremely good first 45 minutes, which won the game for you, really.
Top, yeah. And the second half was not that because they make a step up. They were more aggressive, and after that, but we then, yeah, in general, really good. And the first half, I completely agree with you. So we were in one of our best by far.
That 1 minute which separated Harry Wilson's opportunity from O'Reilly's goal was a crucial one, really.
Yeah, it was. But before the 1-0, we have 2 or 3 chances before, and yeah, we cannot expect Fulham. So I saw the game in Old Trafford that won for the goal Sesko in the 94, and I saw many games how good they are. So I spoke a lot these days, yesterday especially today, to the guys. Said, "Oh, you believe, ready to suffer and." Apply every single movement what you have to do, otherwise it happened what would happen in Fulham in London, that they are able with 5-1 make 5-4 and we are not able to control because Berger the build up with Leno when everyone have a good process, and but the first half was outstanding in the terms of what we want to be.
In the build up to that second goal, which Nico took very well, Joachim Andersen clattered Erling and he didn't reappear for the second half. Is he injured?
Having Eagles didn't feel comfortable, and of course, listen, it's a lot of games. So the human beings and the way in this country, the game is being played. So it's more fatigue, more contacts, more anything. So at the end, the human beings have a limit, you know. And look, Cucurella is injured, right? Do you know why?
Go on.
1,000 million games. So no secrets.
Well, that's interesting because on that very subject, I told you he went off at half-time, Erling Haaland, which is why he was asked about it. Pep Guardiola has said this to the club media about Erling Haaland. He didn't feel comfortable. The reason why, he's played so many games. I didn't speak with the doctors. I don't know exactly what he has. Fatigue. He said, I don't feel comfortable. And at 3-0 with a lot of games to come with Omar Mamouche, it was common sense. What do you make of that?
Agreed, yeah, common sense. 3-0 up, you've won the game. If you've got any doubts about your star player, bring him off, wrap him in cotton wool. You know, they play Salford at the weekend in the FA Cup. Does he have to play in that? They'll beat Salford without Erling Haaland. So if you any concerns,
so you can have 10 days off.
10 days off, perfect. What a lovely little break that is to then head into the last sort of third of the season with all guns blazing. So yeah, I mean, it all depends on whatever tests they're going to run and everything else. But if he feels any form of fatigue, then this is the time to give him a break.
Yeah, it's perfect timing, especially in respects of Mamouche's return. He obviously returned a little bit before the African Nations, gone there, done very, very well, came back, played very well for City. So it is perfect timing to give him a rest because Mamouche is in form. So he will give you a different dimension and play a different way. But it's all positives, I think. If you can rest the big man, and like Mo said, wrap him in cotton wool, I would do it as well. Yeah, because if you can get him fresh for what they hope is the run-in, still very much in the Champions League as well, of course, that's important, is it? Because while Mamouche was away, he has had to take part in every single Premier League game so far. Yeah, not just the Premier League games, all of them, weren't they, really? I think it's the most games he's played for City at this part of the Premier League season in terms of especially staying fit. So he's done that very, very well. But fatigue will kick in at some point, and it's not always physical, sometimes it's just mental. I think people forget mentally how tough it is being a footballer, and especially playing in like a Pep team when there's so much instruction, so much little details, you're always thinking constantly. So yeah, the rest for me, it couldn't have come at a better time. And also particularly for Erling Haaland, because a lot of people have said he carries the entire goal scoring burden. However, since they signed Antoine Semenyo with another goal tonight, that is 5 in 8 games to start his Manchester City career. He was efficient at Bournemouth when he got in those areas, and he's come across to Man City and he's just kind of just carried on again, like he's at the same place. I think I really enjoy watching him. He reminds me of a very old school type of winner. He's not interested in, like, he's finished here, he's just in the right areas, but he's not interested in showboating. He either wants to get a shot off or he wants to get a cross in, and I think for people like Haaland and the attackers that are in the box, it's beneficial because you know he's not going to cut, he's not going to chop. When he gets that space, the ball's coming, so you can make your run straight away, Mo. Exactly that, yeah. No, it's he's good. I mean, listen,
I'm sitting here thinking, if Haaland is, if there's any doubt, I mean, I'll just rest him anyway. Why wouldn't you just rest him
We've
anyway?
got Marmoush in form, Semenyo in form.
Even
back tonight.
even if he's not saying, even if he says, do you know what, I'd like to play and get on the score sheet and, you know, play against Salford and score a couple of. If I was the manager, I'd say no. No. You played half a game today. Let's have a good, few days off. Then we'll start building you back towards this big run-in. This is a huge time of the year, absolutely huge. All the games are going to be really important, pressurised, Champions League, chasing Arsenal down for the title. We need you in great form. Even if you want to play against, I'm taking the decision as the manager, you shouldn't. And as I say, regardless of what the doctors say, what Haaland says, what anybody says, if I was Pep Guardiola, I'd just give him a break now.
Got a cup final to play as well already. Listen, all they could do is ask Arsenal a question tomorrow, and they've done that. They've gone within 3, and it's over to Arsenal away at Brentford now. That's
the best way to play when you're chasing. I think you have to play to make them make a mistake or for them to slip or crack first. And they went away to Liverpool, which was a tough game. Now they've played Fulham before Arsenal play. Now it's over to Arsenal, and Arsenal have to go to a tough place and try and do a very professional job. And anything but a win from them, there's your first slip up. And then the gap's a little bit smaller again, and then you can just keep creeping. Because effectively, if they draw a couple of games, it could be like what happened a few years ago, where 2 games they drew, or 3, and they lost the title. It can happen again. They don't necessarily need to lose.
Okay, elsewhere tonight, Aston Villa got over the line just late on.